Welcome back. My second guest is a film director, a writer. I think he started out as an editor, if I'm right. Yeah. So, Mr. Tunde Olaoye, I'm sure you've seen a lot of his work and you did not know that he was the one behind it because he's not somebody that runs after publicity. I don't think he has. I don't even think I've seen his post on Instagram before.
Oh, he does have an Instagram account.
I see his
Just not very
Facebook.
active.
You understand? If you have seen Single but Not Married, if you have seen Jennifer series, a lot of the early Jennifer series, if you have heard about the biopic on Asiwaju Tinubu, the one on Awujale, and lots of series, Super Story, Village Headmaster, the new Village Headmaster. Mr. Tunde Olaoye is my friend and brother who makes a lot of money directing movies. Is it direct? And if you are looking forward to seeing Funke Akindele's movie in December, Return of Jenifa, is the director of the movie.
One and only.
Mr. Tunde, you are welcome to the program.
I'm delighted to be here.
Okay, let's start. I always ask myself this question because I've seen you work several times. At least in between me and you, we've done about 5 or 7 projects. How does it feel to be the one that will be the first person to come for a shoot and you are the last person to go, knowing that you are not the best paid person on that project?
Yeah, well, I'll say it's passion. Like they say on the street now, the work where we they do. So the passion we have for the work, and if you're passionate about storytelling, even though money is very important, but even when we started out, money didn't used to be the motivating factor until things changed, and now
bills have to be paid.
You have responsibilities, and then you want the money. So coming to be a visual storyteller, money wasn't the major motivation factor. So it's always a pleasure, it's always a delight to want to tell a very good story.
Okay, now you've been involved in almost all the aspects of film production. That is key. An editor, a director, a screenwriter. You understand? Which of them do you think is the most important in telling a story?
I'll say it's writing. I mean, the script is the bedrock of any, the blueprints for any production. So everything starts with the script. So once you conceptualize the idea, the script has to be good. So when you have a good script, I mean, a good script can save a production, regardless of other things like production value, maybe director, or sometimes even cameramen and some other crew members. If the story is good, sometimes it will sustain people's interest for long because the story is good. That's why you see all those videos online, TikTok, all those short videos. They are not, the production value, the planning and everything is not really top notch around them. But sometimes they are very good stories because you want to know it has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. So there's something that sustains you. So I believe the story is everything, the writing, the conceptualization is everything. If you have a good story, then you are 50% done on what filmmaking should be.
Okay, now let's talk.
I know that you train a lot of young writers to write scripts, and we still see a lot of not great movies. Do you think that writing is something that is innate in many of these people that you're training, or is something that can really be learned? Is it a skill?
Yeah, to conceptualize great concepts can be a talent, but to write properly will require training. Okay. Because stringing words together and doing it in such a way that you want to arrest people's attention requires a kind of training because everything has a formula. So you might have the talent, you might have something that is natural about you in creating good stories, but in writing them down into a proper screenplay, you'll need training.
So I just wanted to clarify when you said that a good script is like the basic requirement for a good film. But I also want to say that getting good cast to interpret the script is actually also necessary to tell a good story of film.
Absolutely.
That's one. That's my first question. Number two is you've worked with all sorts of people. So we hear that, okay, the oldies, the OGs, the veterans like Emishola, they are the best set of actors to work with. Some will say the skit makers are the easiest to work with. Some will say the new Nollywood, are the best set to work with. Over the years, who would you say you've enjoyed working with the most?
Yeah, well, I'll say I'm a little bit lucky for I could classify myself as someone that falls in between the old school and the new school, because when we started, we were learning from the old school, and then by the time we started practicing well, we were working with the new school. So we know the values of the old school and the values of the new school. To be frank, I'll say I enjoy working with old school a lot, and it's because of values. So it's not the fault of the new school. Values have changed everywhere, in everything, in every aspect of life. So values have changed, and the old school we get on sets in time. You see, the old school would have rehearsed their scripts, at home. When they come on set, they take everything so seriously. The old school they didn't have phones when they were learning this work. There was no distraction of TikTok, of what's going on Instagram, But you see, I really can't blame the new school. The new school knows that, a very dark man released the video yesterday. He or she wants to look at the comments, and so the new school is a bit distracted, which isn't really very good for for the creative world, because it's a very jealous craft itself. It needs your total concentration, but concentration these days is a tough thing to get, because attention span itself is almost non-existent.
It seems to gel so much working with Funke Akindele, since when you directed her in Single But Not
Married But Living Single.
Married But Living Single. Then you did some part of Jennifer series, and then now you are the director of
Everybody Loves Jenifa.
Everybody Loves Jenifa. Tell us, what should we expect from Everybody Loves Jenifa? What's different? I saw you shot for 50 days. What's different from Everybody Loves Jenifa? And how did you get involved on the production?
Yeah, well, we've been, we've been friends for a very long time. While I used to write script for Family Ties, some very old series on NTA Network, AIT Network, and co. Then, I was a writer and a production coordinator, and she was an actor there. So we worked together on Married But Living Single, like you said, and I was the head writer and director for Jennifer's Diary from season 1 to 10, thereabout. And when I stopped doing Jennifer's Diary, it's because I got involved in some, other projects, and then the show has to go on for our own company too. So I've been called several times to come and direct different production for our company, but it's always not a convenient time for me. Maybe I've already been involved in something else. So for Everybody Loves Jenifa, I think I was informed earlier enough, and as God will have it, I was able to be on the project. And I would say I won't let the cat out of the bag for the production, but it's a very different project, because when she told me that she wants to do something around Jenifa again, I was scared too, because this is a series I've written, and I was thinking that I think we've exhausted that character as far as I'm concerned. Because even when I left Jennifer's Diary, they still did like 15 more seasons. I think they had like 26 seasons of Jennifer's Diary, and then now you want to do a movie on Jenifa, and people will be expecting that. What else do you want to do about Jenifa? Because but I will tell you that the story of Sulia that came from the backwater, village of Ayutoro, that transformed into the Jenifa that came to Lagos and became successful. Everybody Loves Jenifa. It's an exceptional evolution. It's that story went to another level that I never even thought of. But when she came up with the concept and she told me, I said, man, let's go. So I want people to expect something very fascinating in Everybody Loves Jenifa.
Okay, you can go.
Okay, so it seems like from what you're talking about now, it seems like you spend a lot of time on set. It's like it's back to back to back. Are there any days that you really don't work? Maybe you decide that you want to dedicate this time to family, you want to dedicate this time to your personal improvement as a director?
Of course I do. I'm here today.
This is it.
Yeah, I spend time at home. I mean, especially during the although this summer holiday for the kids, I wasn't at home for most of the time because we were filming Everybody Loves Jenifa. But I mean, I still took about 2 weeks off to spend some time with the children and have some.
How much do you really get off in a year? If we're going to guess.
Context.
This year has been very, very busy. Unlike some other years. But the truth is, I want to be busy too.
Okay, so I want to ask, for someone who is so grounded and you talked about family ties, that means you've been here for quite a while. At what point, where do you draw the line? We have fast-paced content creation, practices now. Everybody wants to put their movie on YouTube, on streamers, and then you are approached to say, okay, see, forget the storyline. Just shoot 2 days. Forget, just have your equipment and shoot for me in 2 days. Let it be ready. At what point do you draw the line? As who you are.
Yeah. I think the truth is that the creative industry has will I say subsectors? So even the filmmaking industry itself, visual storytelling has subsectors. And for people who are making films for YouTube, for instance, it may not have the same kind of production value like for those who are making film for the cinema. But the truth is that everybody can go to the cinema. Sure. Nigeria is a country where Nollywood is saving us from a lot of the unemployment that we have. I tell people that if we didn't have Nollywood and music in the South, we would have had our own bandits like they have in the North. Because when you have a population of young people who have energy, who must eat and then they must survive too, they will go into crime if there's nothing for them to do. But you can't even capture how much Nollywood is contributing to the GDP. Because go to Ikorodu, they are shooting everywhere. Go to Surulere, they are shooting everywhere. Go to Lekki, they are filming everywhere. And it's young people, sound guys, people in charge of generator, light and everything. So if we don't have Nollywood in the South, I believe we are going to have bandits because these people must survive. So their survival instinct will push them towards crime. So I would say that everybody can do cinema. If you do, people who are doing cinema today, the likes of Funke, Akindele and Co, they started from doing Idumota films. So they did films, the Olasco, Century Pictures and Co, and then they will sell at Ebimpejo Lane. So they evolved too. Yeah. So we can't discourage people who are making films for YouTube, people who are making 2 days, 3 days film. They can also become people who are making films for big, streaming platforms in the future. So everybody can't do cinema for now. But if you really want to be a filmmaker, you must make films.
But have you rejected any scripts before, for instance?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
Yeah, of course, some scripts are not scripts. So I sometimes do it politely by saying, okay, do you want us to rework the script?
Okay.
I don't shoot down every idea. For you to even have said for you to have an idea, it means there's something actually in the story. But can we rework it? Let's sit down. So I believe in people sitting down together. Like the thing we call the script conference. The workshops. So let's sit down together and fine tune your story. So if you agree, and then you are ready to pay all the bills that fine-tuning the script requires, then that's fine. But if you say you can't and I feel your script is not worth what I can lay my hand on, I'm going to reject it.
I like the lay my hands on. So how affordable are you?
There is no cast in stone price for people in the Nigerian movie industry, to be frank. So sometimes relationship comes in, frequency comes in. So you don't charge the person that gives you job constantly the same amount. Somebody will just come into you for the first time, and it's just a one-off. I mean, I don't owe you anything. But there are still some producers you feel, oh, this person is my friend. This person will still call me for another thing. So there are people that we feel we owe. So there's a way we can
work it out.
we can work things out with them. But there's no cast in stone price for anybody.
So
I heard from a little bird that one thing that has to be on every set that you're on is English breakfast.
Oh, that's for me.
That has to be available. Is that still the Is that still the going rate?
Yeah, well, I think I love the combination of English breakfast for my morning because I mean it gingers me for the day. So when I
Picks
have
you
my bread, my tea, bacon, hot dog, and everything. So
Full English breakfast.
yes.
Give me a few times.
As we look forward to Everybody Loves Jennifer. Now, my last question is: what are the other movies that you've done that in the next few months people should look out for?
I did a film titled Son of Iron. It's the producers are looking for distribution for it now, and then also there is a film that I did that is going to premiere in London on the 7th of December. That's in London. It's Singleness is Bliss. So produced by Fisayo Adishola, and so it's going to premiere in London because she's in London. So I think those are the two that are on ground that has not been seen for now. So with Everybody Loves Jennifer coming up in December.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. We look forward to Everybody Loves Jennifer, and we look forward to more of your own movies next year. And when we call you again, we hope that you will come back again.
Sure, this is home.
And we forgot to even talk about your son, who is also an actor.
Yeah, one of the best child actors around. He's no longer a child anyway.
Yes, he's 15 years now, and because he's in SS3 now, so he's going to do WAEC. So we've asked him to, mellow down on location so that I can concentrate on his WAEC. So because when he finishes secondary school, he can decide, on whatever he wants to do. So education is key for me. So in as much as we encouraged him to come into the entertainment industry, we don't want it to be a distraction for him too. But he's doing fine.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.